Well, it finally happened. I was hacked, and this is the story of what exactly happened and what I did to fix it. Back in December 2020, I got an email from Google Search Console that there was a new owner for one of my websites at swampview.com, which is a small WordPress website for a video production company that I co own, which has something like a couple dozen web pages or so. The email stated that Google has identified that this email address has been added as a owner of swampview.com. I asked my business partner if this was something that he did, and he said no. So I did some basic investigation, looked around the website, and didn't see anything out of the ordinary. So I didn't really think much of it and kind of just brushed it off. That is until I logged into Google Search Console later that month and noticed that my website apparently had exploded to tens of thousands of pages according to the sitemap. Now, as I said, this website only has a handful of blog posts and pages, so I immediately knew something was up. I looked into the pages that Google was reporting as indexed and saw an enormous amount of URLs with seemingly random Spanish and German words with a mix of uppercase and lowercase characters and some numbers. But upon closer inspection, the fake pages were all referencing various car parts. Now, the thing is, none of these URLs actually resolved to any content, but rather a "this page cannot be found" page with a 404 error code, so I'm surprised that Google even indexed these pages to begin with. At this point, I knew my website had been hacked, so I logged into the WordPress admin dashboard. Thankfully, the hacker did not change my password and I could still access my WordPress admin dashboard, but honestly, I believe that my website was hacked for two reasons. Number one, the password was a weak password consisting exclusively of a single guessable 7-letter word with all lowercase letters followed by a 1-digit number. And number two, the password was used on multiple different websites, so if one of these other websites were compromised, then the hacker could easily log in with that information on this website. So don't make the same mistake as me. But anyway, back in the WordPress dashboard, everything looked normal. So I immediately created a new admin user with a strong password and removed the compromised account. After doing a full backup of the website, I installed the WordFence plugin and performed a high sensitivity scan of the website, which specifically is for site owners who think they might have been hacked. The scan took about 5 minutes to finish, and the result was a series of files that the plugin determined should not be there. Of particular note were a bunch of files under the web indexer and filter L directories. The plugin was able to delete the malicious files it found, and what was left over were false positives. Unfortunately, I noticed that the plugin did not remove everything under those directories, so what I did was I logged into the server via FTP and removed the filter L and web indexer directories manually. At this point, I still saw some odd behavior when accessing my sitemap, so I refreshed my permalinks by going to Settings, Permalinks, and simply clicking on Save without making any changes. As a result, this returned my sitemaps back to normal. I then went over to Google Search Console again and removed all of the fake sitemaps. About a month later, Google Search Console still has the hacked pages indexed, and from my research, it could take up to a few months for these fake URLs to be reindexed and removed. Google does have a way to remove content, but unfortunately, this is an extremely manual process, and it's just not practical for tens of thousands of URLs. As far as I can tell, things are back to normal. It just took a bit of cleanup, and you might have a similar situation, but unfortunately, every hack can be unique. What's great about the WordFence plugin is that it was able to detect pretty quickly the malicious code, so if you're in a similar situation, I would recommend starting there. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe for more WordPress content like this from me in the future. And if you do, I'll see you in the next one.